It's the OCGFAM show. SLF-100. It's the most important part of the line that isn't part of the line. Oh, that's hot. Hey there, Bob. Wow, that was hot. Hey there, Bob from Oregon's Constant Gardener. Welcome to the OCGFAM show. You, my YouTube buddies, what's going on? Let me know in the comments and we'll talk about it after the show. Right now, let's just get into the show. I'm going fast because we got a long clip today and I want you to watch the whole thing. I think you're going to enjoy it. We're talking about SLF-100. Someone asked the question, can you use SLF-100 in soil? Because SLF-100 is a game changer for hydro. But it's also, and was actually invented for soil remediation, making soil okay again. And it is a huge part of the nectar line. It's probably the only thing we would say you really have to have, should have, that you can't get from nectar. And why don't you just make it yourself, Bob? Why doesn't Scott make that? Well, because Newton does a hell of a job making it. And so we'd rather just get it from him than try to reinvent the wheel. It's good stuff. Watch this clip. We talk about it in depth. I think you're going to... It's good stuff. Watch the clip. Is Lab 10. Can you use SLF-100 in soil? Or is it just for hydro setups? So, it's awesome for hydro is why people think this, right? I mean, it's like the dude of having a hydro setup. But it's really more for soil. I mean, originally it's kind of coincidental that it worked with hydro, isn't it?
Oh, it's convenient that it works for everything for Newton's sake. Because his market is everybody. But yeah, I mean, originally it was designed to, from what I understand, it was originally built and designed to consume the fatty acids of the oil industry in the oil sands of Texas.
Yeah, so
they're remediating soils and cleaning up soils and breaking down the petroleum byproducts. So, I mean, and then in turn, it also takes care of salts, and it also takes care of minerals, and it takes care of calcium, and and then lo and behold, it also works as a probiotic and creates bioflora in your stomach. I mean, it's literally it's a catch-all. I mean, it's a pretty dang unique product, and it's but yeah, no, use it in soil just as much as you would in hydro. In hydro, it's nice because it's conveniently keeping your roots clean of salts and keeps those roots nice and clean without killing any type of beneficial bacteria in your system. But in soil, you're just adding life to the soil, and it just makes that living soil more impressive.
It's like nature in a bottle of, like, when you have a giant ecosystem, the microbial good generally outdoes the microbial bad and makes things work on their own. And it's kind of that.
It's all population at that point. If you have 1 million beneficials and one non-beneficial, those millions are going to just gang up and take care of it. And so with SLF, it's that same concept as kill them with volume. And there's so many. And the nice thing about it is they're always cycling internally. So at any one given time, the bacteria that's present today won't be the same levels as they will be in a week from now. But the great thing is that diversity exchange of this week it's this guy, this week it's this guy. They keep them balanced in the soil at the same time. Anytime any of these guys overpopulate, something else comes up from underneath and takes them all out, and it evens out that population.
So yes.
And that's why I like doing like Photoplus and Nourish, all the other different products. Is now you're keeping these balances internally with the diversity of all these things.
Okay.
Versus if I only use this, then you might end up building just one type of, if all you did was azos, all you would have is nitrogen fixing, and eventually you'd have so many azos that even if you put in any other type of bacteria or fungi, they're going to beat them down with the azos. So it's best to do diversity and let nature sort it out. And the best part about nature sorting it out is they eat each other. They're all very mild forms of nutrients for the plant. So, as things are absorbing things, they're gaining a ratio of nutritional elements. And if a microbe wants to eat nitrogen, so it's consuming everything that's bonded to nitrogen, it's keeping the nitrogen for itself, but pooping out the phosphorus, the potassium, the magnesium, whatever the element is that the microbe isn't consuming. It just breaks those bonds and makes that available.
Okay. So yeah, you can.
The soil, bueno.
Okay, what do you think of that? Informative, entertaining, helpful? Do you use SLF-100? Have you thought about using it? What's your experience with it? If not, what are you using? Let's talk. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow. The OCGFAM show. It's pretty good. It happens every day. It's the OCGFAM Show. See you tomorrow.